Ben. Ben. Look at me.
No, look at me. You love me, remember?
No, you don't.
Yes,
Ben,
you do.
Look at me.
Disney's super popular Descendants franchise is officially making a comeback with a brand new chapter, and there's already a whole bunch of buzz around Descendants 5. If you've followed these movies from the start, you know it all kicked off back in 2015 with the very first Descendants film, which threw us into this enchanting place called Auradon. It's basically a land where all of Disney's legendary heroes and villains live, sharing the same world in one big colorful mashup. What really made the series stand out though was how it chose to zero in on the kids of these famous Disney villains. Instead of just replaying the same old good versus evil stories, the movie let us see what happens when the kids have to deal with the messy legacies of their parents, who of course are usually scheming for revenge. It was a super fun concept that blended the classic Disney vibe with catchy songs and modern flair, which is probably why it hooked so many people right away. Naturally, that first movie didn't stay a standalone for long. Disney kept the magic rolling with 2 more sequels, turning it into a trilogy. Plus, the whole thing even spawned some shorter TV spin-offs, although none of them really stuck around. Still, by the time the 3rd movie wrapped things up, some fans started thinking maybe the franchise was slowing down, especially since each new sequel didn't quite earn as glowing reviews as the first one did. But then, after taking a good 5-year break, Disney decided to breathe fresh life into the series with Descendants: The Rise of Red, which dropped in 2024. That 4th movie gave fans exactly what they'd been missing, while also throwing in a bunch of new twists that totally shook up the world of Auradon. It basically meant the stage was wide open for more stories, and Disney clearly didn't want to wait another 5 years. They've now got the series back on track with plans to release a new movie every couple of years, starting with Descendants 5, which is currently targeting a 2026 release. So where exactly does everything stand now? Well, filming on the new movie just recently got underway. Earlier this year, Disney announced that production for the 5th film would kick off in early 2025, and sure enough, they stuck to the plan. The official Descendants Instagram page confirmed in April that cameras had started rolling by sharing a fun behind-the-scenes photo of the cast holding up the classic clapperboard. It's hard to say exactly when they'll wrap up shooting, but with the movie slated for a 2026 premiere, they're probably aiming for a pretty tight schedule. And since filming is officially in motion, it's only a matter of time before more details start popping up. Of course, the big question on everyone's mind is, who's actually coming back for this next adventure? Well, the good news is Disney didn't leave fans hanging for long. They dropped a pretty substantial update not too long ago, confirming that Descendants 5 was indeed happening just months after The Rise of Red made its splashy debut in July 2024. They also gave fans some early goodies by announcing key cast members, teasing bits of the story, and even revealing who's steering the ship behind the scenes. This time around, Kimmy Gatewood is set to direct, working from a script written by Tamara Chesna, Dan Fry, and Bruce Summer. With filming already underway as of April 2025, the pieces are coming together nicely for that 2026 launch. When it comes to the cast, Descendants 5 is shaping up to be a cool mix of old favorites and brand new faces. Fans will be happy to know that Kylie Cantrell is returning as Red, who you'll remember is the daughter of the Queen of Hearts. She'll be joined by Malia Baker, who's back as Chloe, the daughter of Cinderella and King Charming. Leonardo Nam will also be stepping back into the shoes of Maddox, the Mad Hatter's son. On the flip side, there are several fresh characters who'll be stirring up trouble or maybe helping out this time around. Liamani Segura is jumping in as Pink, who just so happens to be Red's younger sister, adding a whole new layer of family drama. Then you've got Brendan Tremblay, who's playing Max Hatter, Maddox's brother. And Disney couldn't resist weaving in even more of their expansive universe, so they're pulling in characters tied to Encanto too. Alexandro Bird is set to play Luis Madrigal, the son of Luisa. Kiara Romero will show up as Hazel Hook, Captain Hook's daughter, while Joel Ouellette is stepping in as Robbie Hood, Robin Hood's son. Xavier Garrett is playing Felix, the son of Dr. Facilier from The Princess and the Frog. And rounding it all out are Ryan McEwen and Dayton Parody, who will play Squirmy and Squeaky Smee, the twin sons of Mr. Smee, Captain Hook's right-hand man. Looking over the confirmed lineup, it's obvious that Descendants 5 is gearing up to dive deep into both familiar storylines and brand new territory. At the heart of it all, we have Kylie Cantrell returning as Red alongside Malia Baker reprising her role as Chloe, and Leonardo Nam back as Maddox. Joining them are a bunch of fresh faces who'll no doubt shake things up in exciting ways. Alexandro Bird steps in as Luis Madrigal, while Kiara Romero plays Hazel Hook. Then there's Joel Ouellette taking on the role of Robbie Hood, and Xavier Garrett bringing Felix Facilier to life. The cast also expands with Liamani Segura as Pink and Brendan Tremblay as Max Hatter. Rounding it out are Ryan McEwen and Dayton Parody, who will portray the mischievous twins Squirmy and Squeaky Smee. Altogether, it's a mix that promises a vibrant blend of old favorites and intriguing newcomers, setting the stage for plenty of fresh adventures. So what's actually going to happen in Descendants 5? That's still mostly under wraps, but we do know it's going to pick up on time travel stuff introduced in The Rise of Red. After the last movie left off, Chloe and Red are still hanging around Wonderland, trying to figure out what happily ever after really means now that they've messed with the past. Because even though it was all done with good intentions, changing history tends to have ripple effects, and the movie seems poised to explore exactly what kind of chaos might come from it. Right now, the plot details are pretty thin, but it's already clear this new chapter plans to dive deeper into Wonderland itself. Bringing in all these new characters from other Disney stories only adds more possibilities. It also gives them a chance to stretch Red and Chloe's characters even more, showing how they handle new alliances, unexpected family members, and maybe even fresh threats tied to their parents' complicated legacies. It'll be interesting to see whether the movie doubles down on more time travel, since that was such a major part of the fourth film. They could easily keep pushing that angle or switch gears entirely and surprise everyone with something new. Either way, by adding in so many fresh faces like Pink, Max, Louise, Hazel, Robbie, and Felix, it sets up a whole bunch of story threads that could make this next movie the biggest and boldest one yet. And honestly, it makes sense for Disney to bet on Red and Chloe as the new heart of the series. With the franchise already pushing past its 10th year, these two characters seem perfectly positioned to carry the torch, bringing fans deeper into the ever-expanding Descendants world. So looking at everything lined up so far, the familiar faces coming back, the intriguing newcomers, the promises of more Wonderland, and all the leftover mysteries from that big time travel twist, it feels like Descendants 5 is gearing up to deliver another round of music, magic, and wild Disney mashups. It might be a bit before we get a full trailer or detailed synopsis, but with production moving along smoothly, the wait probably won't be too long. For fans who've been waiting along for the ride since Auradon first came back alive in 2015, it's pretty awesome to see that the story's still going strong. Even after all this time, there are still so many corners of this universe left to explore, and so many kinds of heroes and villains who haven't had their moment in the spotlight yet. If nothing else, Descendants 5 promises to keep that fun mix of nostalgia and new adventures going, making sure there's always another dance number, dramatic reveal, or clever Disney reference waiting just around the corner. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.